Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Sarah Jade and on this channel we talk about true crime, unsolved cases and more. Now let's get into this week's case. Alyssa was born on the 28th of January 1994. She was born to drug-addicted parents who were only teenagers themselves. She had two brothers and one sister and they grew up in a household full of neglect, where her parents spent most of their time high on drugs. In 2002, when Alyssa was just 8 years old, her grandparents took legal custody of her and her siblings. This was due to her mum's drug addiction and her dad being in prison for assault. After her grandparents were able to take legal action over the children, they took them as far away as possible. They moved into a ranch house in the middle of a rural area to give them the best chance of life. Alyssa seemed like a normal teenage girl. She was very sweet and liked by everyone. She was a high-achieving student and was doing very well in school. She was also very active in the Latter-day Saints Church and took part in many youth activities. However, there was a darker side to Alyssa, and she showed this on her online persona. She would post strange videos and write things about how she liked to cut things. She also showed videos of her hurting her brothers and getting them to touch electric fences. In 2007, her friends started to notice a change in her, and soon after, she tried to commit suicide by taking a large bottle of painkillers. She was admitted into psychiatric care and spent 10 days there receiving treatment. However, she was soon released back into her grandparents' care and was given antidepressants, but she continued to cut herself. On the Friday before the incident, Alyssa had a day of school, and instead of playing computer games or hanging around with her friends like normal teenagers do, Alyssa decided to go to the woods at the back of her house, where she proceeded to dig 2 large holes before returning home for the evening. Elizabeth Alton was 9 years old and she lived 4 houses down from Alyssa and her family, and she used to spend a lot of time playing with her brothers and sisters. Elizabeth went to Trial Elementary School and was described as a sociable, girly girl. On the 21st of October, it was like any normal day for Elizabeth, and she had asked her mum if she could go out and play with her friends. Her mum reminded her that she needed to be home by 6 o'clock, and off Elizabeth went to play with her friends. 6 o'clock came and went, and Elizabeth still wasn't home. Her mum got worried and went outside looking for her. When she could find no trace of her, she started to get worried. She knew that Elizabeth was scared of the dark and wouldn't go out wandering on her own. So around 7 o'clock that night, they decided to call the police. A huge search party got underway and hundreds of the locals searched the woods behind the houses. They were able to pinpoint her phone in the woods, but there was no sign of her or her phone. At first, they thought that she might have been abducted by a child sex offender, so they put up checkpoints and spoke to all the known offenders in the area. When they still hadn't located Elizabeth, they decided to speak to the last person that had seen her that day. This was Alyssa's sister, 6-year-old Emma. She described how she had knocked on the door that day and asked Elizabeth to come out and play. As she was going over to the woods with her, she had met up with her sister. Alyssa told her to go home, so she left Elizabeth with her before returning back. While searching the woods that day, the police came across the hole that Alyssa had dug. She admitted to digging the hole, but she said she only dug it for fun, and she used to throw dead animals in there which she'd find in the woods. They checked the hole, but nothing was found. Alyssa had been acting strange, and after finding out about her online persona and the fact that she was the last person to see Elizabeth that day, they decided to get a search warrant for the family home. While searching her room, they came across strange writings and poems all over her walls. They decided to take in some of her bedsheets and her diary for further inspection. While checking her diary, they came across messages that said, "If I don't talk about it, I'll bottle it up, and when I explode, someone will die." The last entry in the diary was scribbled out with blue pen, and on further investigation, they were able to determine what it said. "I just effing killed someone. I strangled them and slit their throat, and stabbed them, now they're dead. I don't know how to feel at the moment. It was amazing. As soon as you get over, oh my God, I can't do this feeling, it's pretty enjoyable. I'm kind of nervous and shaky though right now. Okay, I've got to go to church. Laugh out loud. After inspecting her diary, they brought her in for questioning. Her grandmother was able to sit in on her interview. At first she denied anything and said that she didn't know where Elizabeth was. However, they soon told her that they had her diary.
Now, it's my understanding that did the FBI do a search or something of the house where you guys lived?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that. What was that all about?
They searched our house, I guess, for any signs of, and they found stuff in my room, but not like evidence like that. They found like marijuana seeds and
And you understand, I don't care about marijuana seeds or any of that.
and they found
Care less.
my medication.
Don't care about that.
Yeah.
That's not what we're here about. Has ever been in the house? I mean, she's coming over to visit
been in
with
the
them.
house, yes.
Yeah, I assume if she's a neighbor girl, she's probably been over there, so not a big deal there. So you said they searched your room.
Yes.
Other than marijuana seeds and that sort of stuff, did they find anything?
Nope.
Okay, did they take anything?
They took my sheet and a pillowcase, I think.
Did they take anything else?
I don't think so. I haven't really surveyed anything.
Okay.
I think they took clothes. So they took a pair of pants.
Okay.
And a diary. I mean, they gave us the list. It's not all coming to me what was on the list, but there's a long list.
Your diary. Okay. You ever gone through the diary?
I've looked at some of it, yes.
Okay. Did you know that?
No.
Does it make you angry?
A little.
Yeah. It's kind of your private, personal thoughts, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they went through your diary?
If they collected it, then most likely. What? Well, I think I'm just embarrassed sometimes if they find anything at me. So.
We talked a little bit earlier about technology.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you write something down,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Let's say you write it down in pencil, and then you take a pen and try real hard to scratch it out.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make it go away.
Okay.
It's still there. And forensically, and actually you don't even need a whole lot of forensics. If you hold it up to a light, you can see what was written. And then when that's processed forensically, every word, every stroke is still there. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
She still remained quiet, and the police officer continued asking her questions.
What we want to do is find out what happened to the little girl.
Okay.
I need to know what the truth is.
Okay.
We have your diary. We've read your diary,
Mm-hmm.
including the last entry.
Mm-hmm.
We both know what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Where's she at?
I don't know.
I'm sure we do very soon.
What?
We deal with kids all the time. We deal with kids all the time. That's all I've done for 12 years is deal with kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to say anything in this room that's going to catch us off guard. Okay? We need you to be honest. Just be honest. If you know something, then say it. Okay? Just say it if you know something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You need to tell us the truth. You need to tell us what happened. If this was an accident, that's fine, but we need the truth. We have to know the truth. That's all I'm asking for, is whatever happened, I have to know the truth. This is not going to go away. All I'm asking for is the truth.
I don't know what's in the diary. I don't know the truth.
That's what I'm asking. Tell us what happened. If this was an accident, that's fine. We can deal with that. But I have to know what happened. I have to know what the truth was. I have to know how this happened. And the most important thing is we have to know where she's at. We have to give this family some closure. Just like if this was your little sister, you would want closure. This family needs closure. Okay? Let's start at the beginning. Is this something that was planned out, or was this just an accident?
It was an accident.
Okay. Well, this is a starting point then. That's kind of what I thought. Why don't we start with what happened? Did you get home from school at 3:30?
Do you want to sit by her?
You got home at 3:30?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened from there?
I went in the forest. Like I said. And in there.
Yeah, which one for her? Was there in the forest?
Yes.
Was she alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
We decided to go hang out. Because it was a nice day. We're just rushing.
Take your time.
We're just punching around. And she fell. She died. I didn't know what to do.
And soon enough she admitted that she did go into the woods with Elizabeth that day. They'd gone down to the creek to play, and Elizabeth had slipped and hit her head. She had died and didn't know what to do with her, so she buried her body and went back home. The police, however, had her diary and pushed her further and asked her more questions.
And they will discover every injury on her body and the cause of death. And I understand you say she fell, and that's why she died. However, they will know from the autopsy if she was shot, if she was hit in the head, if her throat was cut. They will know all of that from the autopsy. So we need to know the truth, because at the end of the autopsy, they will know exactly how she died. So we need to know now the full truth, full disclosure right now, so it doesn't come out later that, well, it wasn't telling the full truth again. How did she kill her?
She died.
How did she die? 9-year-old girl girls don't just die.
We were messing around. And she fell back and hit her head.
Was her throat cut?
Yeah. Oh.
Grandma?
Oh my God.
She was Grandma. I'm not going to ask any questions right now until we get. Take your time. People to drink water. Take your time.
Her grandmother is so distraught, and you can hear her in the background screaming, "It's never going to be okay." They then start to question her further. They didn't believe that she had dug the holes that day, and they asked her if anyone else was involved or if anyone helped her bury the bodies. She insisted that she had dug the holes that day, but they believed that she had dug it on Friday, which would mean it was premeditated murder.
I think you dug the hole ahead of time because you knew you were going to kill it. I think you tried to dig the hole, like I said, and realized it was too hard to dig down that far. And I think you got out there and knew you were going to kill her. And then you cut her throat. Is that what happened?
Yes. I got home. I went in my room. I still went out for floors around 5:30-ish. Then I walked over and it was outside.
When did you dig the hole?
I did that when I was trying to find a place to hide her body.
So did you dig that after you killed her?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay. So at about 5:30, you went out. Did you go to her house to get her?
I went over there and she was outside, so I was like, yeah.
You knew you were going to do it then? Okay, so you went over there about 5:30 and got her. Was with you?
She was part of the way. Like I said, I ditched her.
Ditched her?
Yeah.
Did you have the knife hidden on you? Or where was it at?
Yeah, I had it.
In your hand?
No.
Okay. So you went, did you walk all the way over to her house?
Yeah.
Okay. Show me what route you went.
Back through here.
Went and got her. What did you tell her you were going to do?
We were just hanging out at first. I don't know.
You had the knife with you. Had you made up your decision you were going to kill her then? At what point did you make the decision that you were going to kill her?
When we had been at the creek.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
What about the hold up?
It was just there.
No, it wasn't just there.
I dug it. Yeah, it was there.
When did you dig it?
Oh, after I was looking for something to do with their body, so I dug it.
When?
It was before I came home
Before you came home from where?
from the forest.
Who helped you?
No,
Grandpa helped you, didn't he?
no,
You didn't have a shovel with you.
I had a knife.
You didn't dig that hole with a knife. You did not dig. I was out there for 5 hours. You didn't dig that hole with a knife. Your grandpa loves you very much, doesn't he? Grandpa do anything for you. I know you don't want to tell me. I know you want to protect him. But we have got to get to the truth of this. You came back. You told him what had happened. And he wanted to help you. You wanted to try to make this right.
I did not like I bought anything.
Who helped you?
No one.
We're going to put them all on a polygraph.
Okay,
Who helped you?
someone.
When did you dig the hole?
Wednesday.
When?
After I killed her.
When after you killed her? You've got to tell the truth. You're not telling the truth on this part.
Why does it even matter now?
It does matter. Because we have got to find out the truth.
No, you ain't know it.
We have got to know the full truth. Tell us the truth.
I don't know what I went back.
No, you didn't. You didn't have a shovel.
It was the Friday one.
You're telling the truth about how you killed her. I believe that. Because that matches your diary.
You've done the hard part. Just tell the truth. The reality is, we can deal with the truth. We can deal with the truth.
I dug it Friday.
Was it David? Was it
No one helped me.
was it your grandpa?
No one helped me. I did it by myself.
It turns out that Alyssa had asked her sister to go and knock for Elizabeth so that she could lure her into the woods. She had dug those holes on that Friday, and this determined that it was premeditated murder. She had told her sister to go home before taking Elizabeth into the woods. They went over to the creek, where she strangled her, slit her throat, and buried her in one of the holes. She then went home and calmly placed the knife into the sink before going up into her room. She wrote the entry into her diary before attending one of her dance sessions at church, while everyone was searching for Elizabeth. When she was asked why she did it, she said she just wanted to feel what it was like to kill somebody. But why did she dig 2 holes on that Friday? The police believe that originally she wanted to kill both of her brothers. However, she saw Elizabeth as an easier target. Alyssa has never confirmed this, so we may never know the reason why. After her confession, Alyssa was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. She appeared in court on the 17th of November 2009, where the judge ruled that she would be tried as an adult. Even though she had admitted to the killing and showed the police where she had buried Elizabeth that day, she entered a not guilty plea. Her trial was delayed due to Alyssa receiving psychiatric help. However, on the 30th of January 2012, she pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of second-degree murder and armed criminal action. Her defence team tried to blame it on the fact that her Prozac had been increased just 2 weeks before the incident. They also talked about her suicide attempt and her family's issues with mental health. Alyssa finally received life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Let me know your thoughts and comments on this case below, And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one, which goes through New Zealand's family massacre. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able.